everybody. Welcome, Britt. Welcome, Mystical. Welcome, Harry. Yeah, I don't see a lot of other people in here. I was testing to see if my Streamlabs was even working. It wasn't working before, so apparently now it is. Oh, wow, I actually have a tip line again. I don't know about my other commands or anything to that effect, but hey, let's give everybody an update as to where we are with Sheriff Hawks Gaming. We are still waiting on the graphics card, and I am still attempting to save for a monitor. Um, and then we can get back into streaming actual games, which is really what I want to do. I do want to thank everybody for their patience and sticking with me through this kind of a rough patch, y'all. I'm not a big fan of not being able to stream the content that I want to stream. My version is stream uh, games and joke around and have fun. The only talking I like to do is where I am doing the state of the channel, which I thought about doing today. It is the beginning of the month, but the state of the channel is it can't stream video games at the moment. So, um, yeah, that's kind of the state of the channel, right? So I don't anticipate any growth. Shrinkage, actually, I'm kind of suspecting shrinkage will come in before growth. I was on Ken's panel last night. I think them conversations went, wow. I mean, honestly, I think they kind of went just a little bit of everywhere, but then again, they usually do. But how's everybody doing on this Monday? And then we'll obviously get rid of the junk email that comes on my phone, guys, every time I go live. So, where is everybody? Give me a comment. Let us know where you're at. What are you doing? I don't do these very long because I can't get people to stay. Hey, but I understand that. I am, after all, a gaming channel. But if you're in the chat, say hi. Now I can keep up with the chat. I can actually read your comments. I don't have to miss any. Thank you, Britt. Now we could talk about the state of the channel, like I said, but um, we all know the state of the channel, right? The sheriff can come on here and talk every now and then, and that's obviously is about as far as that's going to go. Mrs. Hawks is making sloppy joes. Hmm. Wow. You go back to the neck doctor Wednesday. Well, I hope you get good news from that one, let me tell you. I do. Nope. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't remember the last time I streamed. Brett says hello, Mrs. Hawks and Alexis. I don't remember. Now we're down to 4 people. See, this is why I don't do this a lot. I can't get anyone in here. I just do it. I'm trying to keep the watch hours from plummeting. I don't know how long that takes before it has an effect, but this has taken longer for me to correct than most things take. I think I'm going on 2 weeks of nothing but me talking. Your left side is swelling, so you're every other week now for my neck and still for hands. Yeah, my hands work most of the time. Some of the time, the thumb will kind of go where I don't want it to go. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. And sometimes I will drop things because my fingers will just reflex without me wanting them to. So sometimes I can just, it's an oddball scenario. Try that when you're taking a shower and you just keep dropping your scrunchie, because you're having one of those attacks. You feel like you're playing catch. But when you get to be my age, life will throw things at you. But Britt, you are much younger, so man, I hope when you get done with all those doctors, they give you good news. Good news would be good, at least to me. I'd be pushing for some good news if I were you. For what it's worth, I'll be praying for some good news for you. So what else can we talk about that can aggravate the? I'm down to three people. Lily, welcome. Man, people really don't like coming in here when I talk, do they? Young who? Well, look, yeah, to me, you're young, all right. To me, like, maybe you're not young, but hey, compared to my age, yeah, I'm gonna have to lean with young. I don't even know if YouTube notifications are working now because sometimes they work, but if you quit streaming for a while, they quit working. So again, I just want people to be. You just turned 45. Okay, the medical issues, I get that. You're still young though, because I would still love to be 45. If I could go back to that, I'd go back. DJ, welcome. Evening, super old man. I ain't no super old anything. Mrs. Hawk said hello, everybody. Um, so I'm not really going to do a state of the channel because there's really not a state to give you. The state is I can talk to you once in a while to try to watch the watch hours, but go ahead and like if you haven't. I guess that helps, and leave comments if you could. Um, I was on. I guess we can talk about yesterday and some of my beliefs so people can understand me better. Uh, my channel is not a talk show channel, okay? So I don't get mad when people don't come in. I understand it. Most people that come in are watching a gaming channel. So that's what people tune in to see. I can't give you something yet. You just keep in mind I am currently working on the problem. Hawks is going to be jealous you got Fallout 4 working late. Yeah, I'm not jealous, disappointed that I can't get this done faster than what it's rolling. But time is what it is, and everything takes time. But I was on Ken's panel. Now, Ken is he's a talk show, okay? Um, I'm the kind of guy that I believe, Okie, welcome, that people have to start talking about things, right? This standard rule of, well, you can't talk about this and that. I don't believe in that, okay? So if any of you tune in to Ken's and I may say something that offends you, I apologize. All I ask is for people to respect my opinion as I respect yours. Okay? Oh, okay. I typed that in to see if my Streamlabs was even functioning today. Last time it kept turning itself off, guys, and I don't know why. Now, having said that, I do not know all of my commands. So, you got you and the two sisters and herself, of course, a membership to the gym. Well, membership to the gym will help, but you're going to come back all sweaty. You will never apologize for my thoughts. Yeah, Mr. Krabs, welcome. Um, I like adverse opinions. I don't believe in the whole argument. So I do bring up things like what happened this last weekend in Iran. And why would I do that? Well, because the whole world's watching the shit. That would be why. So everybody has opinions. I like to know what they are. I don't disrespect anybody's opinion because they may not match mine. But I've always been of the belief that a person has to think for themselves, not think like everyone else. Hell, on Ken's channel, I even brought up the controversial Epstein files. And my opinion on that is they probably should not have been released yet because I believe Mr. Epstein was involved in a hell of a lot more than just trafficking, like moving guns. You have opinions since oh, Okie, quit it. You have opinions. Let's see. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to see what my fucking commands are. This is what I hate about not being able to stream. I forget everything. Opinions are like a-holes. Everyone has them. A lot of them stink. That's a matter of opinion. I don't think their opinions stink. I just think that they're different because, it could be upbringing. Uh, some of it's even religion, believe it or not. There's another subject you're allegedly not allowed to talk about that I also don't agree with. I think that's part of the problem today is nobody, like, if you think about it, people do not communicate today. We text, right? When it comes time for people to talk, yeah, they don't want to do that. Oh, I wonder if that one's still in there. Well, that one works. Okay, so that command's on. I see. Thank you for watching. Yep, that's supposed to be in there. What else we got going on in here? I don't even know. I can't open, I don't want to open it up because then it makes the screen go black. And I want you guys to be able to frickin' see something. Yeah, most people are afraid to talk because they're afraid that someone's going to attack them, which I also think is crazy. And that's very true, right? I did an experiment. Let's be honest. You forget shit even when you are streaming. Okay, I am 59 years old. I'm allowed to forget things while taking a dump, except wiping my ass because that would be a little gross. But I am allowed to forget shit, Okie. So true, he suffers from CRS. Don't make fun of me because I suffer from CRS. I mean, it's not my fault that I suffer from it, but, I generally do. But no, I did an experiment, right? Like I went on Facebook. Now, guys, I don't accept friends on Facebook for the most part because I don't use it. I just read the news in there, right? But anyway, I think it was this last Saturday or maybe, yeah, that's when the bombing in Iran started. And of course, you had people arguing about it. So I just typed in there experimentally, hey, I agree with both sides. You wouldn't believe it. I got attacked by both sides because I agreed with both sides. I'm like, you know what? People, what happened to this country? What happened to our inability to just respect each other's opinions and agree to disagree? Like, if this is the new thing, then us older people need to rise up and start teaching these younger people it's okay to talk. Okay, I see my tip line did pop up again. Okay, so I don't know if that's all my commands or not. Jags is a channel I collaborate with. Okay, that I remember that one. Okay, that's supposed to be there. Keep chat positive and fun, no negativity. That's supposed to be there. Apparently, I got my Streamlabs back working. I ain't sure what I did, but something, right? Keep chat positive. Yeah, okay, I thought somebody else spoke. Shoot, isn't working. What isn't? Well, no, I don't have that command. I removed it because the way I entered it wasn't working right. It just looked like you were kicking yourself in the nuts. I don't think you would kick yourself in the balls. Well, wait a minute. This is Deej. He might kick himself in the balls. Ah, so it is working. That's good. I'll take that as good news. And then just get rid of these emails that my phone just does not shut up. I can't figure it out though, because I ain't even been able to stream. But again, I just want to remind you guys, don't go anywhere. I will be back to streaming as soon as possible. I know this has taken a lot more time than I want it to, but you know what? Man, time is time. I'm not going to do backflips again or yell or scream. To me, a computer is kind of like a car. Sometimes a part goes out, and that's what mine did. Mine just said, "Guess what, dude? You need to replace this." Now, that also turned into, well, now that you're going to replace that, now you need to replace this. So the only thing I'm saving up for now is actually a monitor. Um, I'm not going to give names because some people like to be anonymous, and I don't blame them. But somebody is very kind and is sending me a graphics card that will hold. And then you have something, the V-Sync. I'm not sure what the hell that is. I was literally just talking to my grandson about that. I've talked to Jags about that, and no matter how hard I try, I cannot figure out what that is. I understand it has to do with frame rate. You gonna throw bears at me? Ooh, I don't know. I've been a little rusty. I could actually get killed by a bear. I'm gonna create or just make up a command. Uh, Hawks flies away because I mean it is a bird, right? Now I can fly. Take that. I went in God mode. I just flew away and the bear's looking up, going, "What's up?" Hello, Moni. Welcome. Mrs. Hawk said hello. But again, we have to talk about something because I really don't have a channel update for you. If the channel's in the same state it was in 2 weeks ago, I don't know what kind of update I can give you. Not birds. Oh, shit. Well, no, I went in God mode and went underground. The birds are digging. And they'll get distracted by worms. So, yeah. Or maybe they'll eat a rabbit. I have no idea. But the sheriff is going in God mode for a while. Where's everybody going? See, we had 8 people in here. Now we got 6. Ah. So, if I got to have a talk show, well, fuck it, we'll have one. What's your opinions on bombs dropping on Iran? I don't care what they are. Just give your opinion. I'm going to respect it. I don't. Everybody's entitled to one to me. If you want, I'll even give you mine. Sends graboids after hawks. That's it. Now I'm turning myself invisible, and nothing can find me. Take that, Deej. But I'm also sending 100 death claws after you. You're not home. Well, I'm home, but I don't know where you're at. Why ain't you home? It's 8 o'clock in the after 8 o'clock for you. You should be at home. You don't watch the news, so I just hear what everyone else says. Okay, I'll tell you what's going on. But not in detail, because I don't really have any details. We are bombing the living shit. Well, not just we, but I guess America and Israel are bombing the living shit out of Iran. So, what do you think about America and Israel dropping bombs? It depends on what kind of moms. Bombs, not moms. You send a shark. Nope, I'm invisible. You're at Walmart. You're going to rot your brain going to that place. You have to limit your time at Walmart, Monique. See, when you're at Walmart, you have to pay attention to the mental stress of some of the crazies that hang around Walmart. So when you go in, you got to set. I don't know who that is. Hold on, I'm on mute for a second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. No, that was not a warranty. It's a three-bedroom I've been looking at so we could get a bigger place. I got to get in there and look. I couldn't see. But yeah, that's what that was. But you guys got to understand, at my age, I'm looking for if something happens to me, I need to make sure that Mrs. Hawks and Alexis always have a home. I know that's a little old fashioned, but to me, I think as the man, that's my job. Same reason why I'm re examining life insurance and what's required is because, well, I'm the man. These are things to me that need to be taken care of. So, on top of the computer and all that, I got a lot of things to take care of. My biggest thing in my life has always been if the bills are paid, I'm happy. Today I got up, all the bills are paid. You know, that we got to take care of Mrs. Hawks, but that'll be paid, and there we go. We're all good. Money left over, okay, not so good, but I don't complain because if I have a roof over my head, food and water, then I am not. There's people way worse off than any poor man could ever complain about. We forget about them, right? But they are there. But if you got heat and you got air and you got food and you got water, man, you always got to remember somebody out there has it worse than you. So, and that's kind of how my brain works. But nobody's told me how they feel about. I don't know. Let's give me your thoughts on America and Israel dropping bombs on Iran. And I really don't know how bad the bombs are because, well, I'm assuming if you drop a bomb, something blows up. That's how that works. I do know that the Ayatollah, whatever the hell you call that guy, maybe it's a new version of King, Supreme Leader, whatever the fuck it is he didn't make it. I do know that Iran don't like America, and I know they don't like Israel. Now, I'm not totally dumb. I know these fucking things, right? So my feeling is, uh, well, I guess I'd like to know what happened to cause the bombs. Yeah, I think I'd like to know that. I ain't figured that out yet. Like something happened where somebody said, "Okay, time to drop bombs." I don't know what, but something, right? I felt this 47 years past. Oh, you're talking about when they had that was it the revolution in 79? Yeah, that's when they went into one of them their what do they call that? Um it's like you're ruled by a religion kind of thing. I forgot what they called that. There's a name for that type of government. Now I can't remember what the fuck it is. Um but we're ruled that way. And I think, yeah, that's back in Carter. That's when they had all them American hostages for a long time. Carter couldn't get them out, and I guess Reagan somehow got them out. But man, you were going back to when I was young, you know. Whew, I didn't even have a bald spot when all that stuff happened. Yeah, I know it's the same government. That was the revolution was to overthrow the government that was there and then replace it with the one that's been there for 47 years. So we got DJ's opinion on that, and I guess that makes sense because I think once that happened, they became where they were just anti-American, As I know they love to chant death to America, and they don't want death to Israel. They just want to blow them off the face of the earth, like they shouldn't exist. But I guess if you hate somebody that much, you know. And then what's the other controversial thing going on that I see spread all over YouTube? Oh, wait a minute. Yep, the Epstein files. Yeah, that's the one, the other one. I really don't have an opinion on that, right? Because my thought is rich people do whatever they want. You can hold all the hearings you want. You can ask all the questions you want. Nothing ever happens to rich people. It just doesn't. So, and it's not that I don't think they deserve punishment. It's that I am a small fry in the game of life, as most of us on here are. Our opinions to the government really don't count. And I believe there are two systems of law. Like there's a law system for us. If we screw up, you're going to prison. And then there's like a different law system for them that says, oh, we're going to slap you on the hand. We're going to take a lot of your money because that's what they really want. You're probably not going to be able to run for government anymore, but you can go home and eat your caviar and all that good stuff. Don't worry about prison. We're not going to prosecute, kind of thing, you know? But again, guys, look, these are just opinions, and your opinions are welcome, even if they're different from mine. That's, I guess, kind of what I'm trying to push people. Lazarus, I didn't even see you. If you watch this later, thank you for coming in and hitting that like button. I appreciate that. Is my Streamlabs still going, or did it just die? I don't even know. I don't see any Streamlabs commands except that last one. Maybe it turned itself off. Wow. Uh, he's going to stream. Dropped a like. Have a good stream, Sheriff. Well, thank you, Lazarus. Probably not here. Probably already gone. You missed me being abused again by a therapist. What the hell are you talking about now, Deej? If anything, you're abusing the therapist. I think you're reversing the roles here. You look more guilty than any therapist possibly could. You did it. What happened? Clue me in, but be honest, Deej. You were abusing that therapist. We know it. You're kind of like Ken. He's the Secretary of State. And that's you. You're the Assistant Secretary of State. You don't even get elected, you just get appointed. And your job is to just watch porn and give a weekly address as to which ones are good to watch and which ones you should avoid. Well, come on, Deej. I have not seen it. Tell me what it is. Now, let's see. You're an arm exercise. She had me hold my hands up, and I said, I'm the great Cornholio. Need TP. I knew it. See, you verbally abused. That's a $5 fine for you, Deej. Oh, yeah. True story. $5 fine. And that's payable only in cash, by the way. Just for telling her you needed TP for your cornholio. Oh, wait a minute. That's two $5 fines for stealing from Beavis and Butthead, a show that most people don't remember. She couldn't stop laughing for almost 5 minutes. Good Lord. Now look what you've done to that poor therapist. You disturbed her day. She probably had to pause, get up, go to the bathroom. All because of you, Mr. Deej. Yep. I should give you another fine for that, but I don't know her, and yeah, maybe she needed to go anyway. Maybe that was the case. I don't know. So, how is your arm doing anyway, on a more serious note? I know there's a delay, so we'll wait. Um, yeah. Mm, well, let's see if I can get up to where the hell we are all the way. Then she put me on the arm bicycle, and I started singing Queen Bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. Welcome back there, Britt. Well, well, I have most range of motion, except I cannot put my arm behind my back at all. Well, you better not get arrested then, Deej. Got me some Greek yogurt with granola and fruit. What is the difference between Greek yogurt and regular yogurt? Educate me. I have an inquiring mind and I want to know. Because you specifically said Greek yogurt. Now I'm curious. What's the difference between a Greek yogurt and, say, a Walmart yogurt? Has to be a difference, or you wouldn't have said Greek, right? Has to be something to it. Man, I'm looking at my controller and I'm getting depressed. I just want to frickin' play. Uh, yeah, okay, that's still the same message. Yeah, I think my Streamlabs died. Goat milk? Oh, quit it, Deeds. That's another $5 fine. You're up to $15 now. You keep going, you're gonna hit 20. I know Monique has a $5 fine for talking while at Walmart. I get hives just the thought of shopping. My arm itches now. Ew. Anybody else get that gut feeling when you got to go to Walmart? Like, oh no, I don't really want to fucking go, but you have to, right? Because that's where the food is, or whatever you're picking up is. Uh, just give me one to start out with. How many of you guys get that feeling like, you're gonna bear me again? Well, there's Streamlabs. Hey, Streamlabs is still working. It ain't putting up my messages though. Beats the shit out of me. Nope, I told you, I went invisible. That bear is now curled up in a ball sniffing his own butt. I ain't figured out why animals do that. Like, why do they need to sniff their... I am glad humans ain't like dogs. Could you imagine, like, being part dog and you had to walk up and sniff everybody's butt just to identify who the hell you're talking to? Your nose would fall off your face. You'd be like, phew, uh, Daryl. Oh, God. Ooh, I know that's you, Daryl. How you been? God almighty. Whew, man. Could you shove a tic tac up there or something, maybe? And don't knock it till you tried it. That's disgusting, Deej. Now we know the truth. DJ the butt sniffer. Where'd everybody go? Like, I down to 3 people in here? See, this is why I'm probably going to call it here in about 10 minutes. Greek yogurt and regular yogurt are both fermented dairy products made from milk and live bacteria cultures, but the key difference lies in the straining process. Greek yogurt is strained multiple times to remove most of the whey, the liquid part, resulting in a thicker, creamier, and tangier texture compared to regular yogurt. This straining also reduces the lactose, carbs, and sugar content while increasing the protein concentration. Aha! See? Mystery solved. There we go. Now I know. I have now been edumacated by Britt, the Care Bear professor. You are now Professor Britt. Oh, yeah. She said protein. Well, not that kind of protein, you perv. You know, technically, if you were a cannibal and you ate other people, there would still be protein. So I don't think that's quite the sexist thing. I think because we're part of the animal kingdom. Oh yeah, we all contain protein. Yep, that's just a given. Which means during an apocalypse, it's perfectly fine to eat other people. I guess I don't really mean that. I think that's kind of gross. I don't know that I could. I don't actually know in real life if I could do that. You know, like it's easy to say if it was an apocalypse, you're all going on my grill, but I think the mental thing that you would face, you know, like what if you knew the person, right? You're gonna refrain from your joke. Yeah, I'm just, like what if you knew the person, right? And it's an apocalypse and they're on your grill and you go to take that first bite. Aren't you in part gonna go, wait a minute. I know I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck, man.
I'm gonna put two on your place just in case.
Okay, this is Robert, man. I used to play chess with him. We used to drink beer together and shit, man. Oh, it could happen. It could. Oh man, sorry, a little gas, a little more, I'm sorry, I can't really help it, you guys. Nobody in here talking yet again, just a couple of you. See, guys, this is why I can't stay on very long when I have to do these things. I got to have people participating. If I got to talk to you, I want you to talk back. Man, that's not supposed to be that.
Twinkle, twinkle, assholes.
At least he would be with you further. Well, until you poop him out. Really? That's only Britt could come up with that one, guys. She said, well, at least he would be with you forever. Well, until you poop him out. So there you have it. Now we know reincarnation could be real. But except in that case, you'd be reincarnated as a turd. Hawks, I'm pretty sure you're crazy enough to talk to yourself for hours. That's a $5 fine, Okie, for accusing me of being able to talk to myself. The crazy part, I guess I can't fine you for that, but yeah, it's a $5 fine, Okie. What, LOL? And you're the only one that could think of that. Like, yeah, I mean, at least they'd be with you for a while longer, Wouldn't you have the thought of, like, how many of you think you would eat a person if you were starving in an apocalypse? Would you eat another human being? Yes or no? That's a fair question. I bet most of you say no. So you're in the apocalypse, there's no food. It's like a nuclear winter. If you ate a clown, would it taste funny? Shut the hell up, Deej. Oh my God, really, Deej? Damn it, missed you again. No, you didn't miss me. I'm trying to stay on a little longer, but if I can't get people to interact, right? I wouldn't Hell no, especially if I knew them. And yes, you would eat some. Okay. So Tansy says she would. What about the rest of you? If it was starving, right? You're starving. It's the apocalypse. There's no food. Would you eat a fellow human being? What she said, we know you would, Britt. Your personality says you would definitely eat another human being. I'll be watching you. Hawks, that would depend on if you are preparing the food or not. If you're not the cook, you probably wouldn't even know you were eating a person. Well, I mean, that's true. But would you knowingly eat a person if it was the apocalypse and there was no food? Would you starve to death? Or would you break down and go, sorry, Bob, but you're not able to keep up? You are on tonight's dinner menu. My apologies. Because if you didn't eat them, you're going to die, right? Either both of you are going to die or one of you is going to die. There's no food. You'd have to be dead first. So you would not eat another person. A minute ago you said you would. I have to be dead first. So you would say eat me before you ate them. I didn't mean that in a sexual way because I got people in here that are going to take it that way right away. I've had no complaints from the ladies when hey, see, I knew somebody was going to do that. Oh, I'm deaf, won't starve. What? Yeah, I missed that part. And she said, and yes. Yes to me would mean, yeah, I would eat a person, right? No, they can eat me also once I'm dead. Oh, I get it. So you still would eat them, but then upon your death, then you would also contribute yourself as dinner. We are all innocent here. There ain't a damn one of us innocent in this audience. I'm not even innocent. Do you know what kind of a sick fuck you got to be to even ask that question? That should tell you I'm a sick fuck. Yeah, no, you're not. I'm married to you. There's no way you're innocent. No, you live here. I'm afraid your innocence went away. I'm not going to starve, so yes, I'll eat someone. How many of you would eat raw meat? Oh, here we go. Right? You have to eat raw meat now. There's no way to cook. You are not. You are the opposite of innocent, Okie. That's a $10 fine. That's another $5 fine. Now you're $10 in fines, Okie, just for proclaiming innocence that you're false. Uh-oh. Somebody said F that shit now, meaning she would not eat raw meat. Is that what you're saying, Britt? There's no way you would eat raw meat. But you're starving. If you don't eat raw meat, you're going to fucking die. Hey, you could put salt and pepper on it if you found some, right? Hey, quick aside, not to deflect chat. If you pray for my yes, I will pray, and that's fine to do that. Nick Trump birth, we don't know. Man, I hope he does. I won't eat raw meat. You can always cook. Fire is easy to make. Damn it. LOL, innocent Miss Hawks, ma'am. If you live in this house, innocence is not a possibility, okay? I don't like sushi. Well, I eat sushi. There's nothing wrong with sushi if prepared properly. Nothing. On the other hand, once I acquire this new monitor, guys, I will get on my computer and I will start working on uh, the new intro and the new outro and the new pause. Um, that's really the only update for the channel I can give y'all. And I can't give you nothing else. I can't do nothing else but sit up here and bibble babble. But nothing but love for you, Tansy. And yes, I will definitely put that in my prayers. I like California rolls. Only sushi you'll eat. I don't like sushi. I don't like the cheap sushi. One, it's not made correctly. So I'm very picky on where I'll eat it based on how it's made. But yeah, no, well, no. I'll just try it the way it is first. Let's see. And one on the way, and one of my granddaughters. Yeah, wasn't very long ago. I went through a niece that ended up in the PICU, and sometimes I don't understand things. Well, I know that's true. I was just throwing a fake scenario where you couldn't cook it. Would you eat it? Oh, I got a good one. You are starving. Would you eat Rocky Mountain oysters? That is a good one. What if the only food there was Rocky Mountain oysters? Would you eat those? I still think about that and remember that quite often, 18 months and didn't make it. I guess that's why part of me always hopes reincarnation is real. You know, like I hope she gets to come back and live a life. I get more. I don't. I get more depressed when it's a child because they didn't really get a chance. No, that no, there is no vegetarian, Brit. Uh-uh. I just kick it. I don't actually chew and swallow. Wait, what were you talking about? We were talking about if you had to eat mountain oysters there. You know, you have already tried them, so yeah. And snake and gator. Snake is good. Gator I don't care for, but I'd eat it. Insects I would too if it was a matter of survival. I don't think I would enjoy the meal, but it would keep me alive. I do like snake though. I know. I mean, I get a lot of people going, "Ew, you eat snake." When I see a snake, if you have a snake for a pet, you don't want to brag to me that you. I did get it, but I'm just saying we're talking about I got the joke, but we are talking about mountain oysters. Like if an apocalypse happened and the only food that you could get from other survivors, it was the only food that ever made it was mountain oysters. Snake is good when cooked right. Fried, to me, bad move. Cooked over an open flame, oh my God, fucking delicious. Would you eat crabs if it was all you could eat? Well, if you're talking about ocean crabs, I would. Mr. Krabs, I'm sorry. You don't want to be around me in an apocalypse and walk with a limp. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. Britt, he hasn't. I don't need it for a long while. Do you realize how old I am? What do you think at my age we run around going, oh, I want to get laid? If you think that, then you don't know how people my age actually are. That's like not on our mind. Why? What would happen? Honestly, I'd have to start chopping some limbs off. Oh yeah. Mainly yours, especially if you're with a limp. I'm not safe to being around in an apocalypse, damn it. So if Rocky Mountain oysters are all that are available to eat, what the hell happened to the bulls? Well, they're all running around with no nuts, which means they died off, and obviously they couldn't make babies because somebody cut off their balls. Well, yeah. Don't fret, Hawks. I'll wake back up. The Bulls had a sex change operation. Not that they volunteered or anything. They just they had a sex change. All right. Who has no nuts? Well, a bull that got his nuts cut off ain't got any nuts. And you women, hey, you're not off the hook either. Not for mountain oysters, because you still have nuts. They're just on the inside. But we learned something in science called surgery. We know how to cut them out.
You good, honey?
There is now, but only in the apocalypse. Of course, Sheriff fell for that. I would always fall for something, right? You know how it is. I'm only 4 years younger than you, and I still think about it.
You made a mix.
Yeah, I don't. No, women have chesticles.
You made a mix.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't try to offend people, but women have um, breastises. Every guy knows this because 99% of men are just, they have, the minute they see titties, their whole brain goes haywire. Titties! Like my mother in law's boyfriend is like partially blind, right? And he can't really see jack shit. But if you turn on a movie and it shows titties,
You can see that.
he can see that so fucking fast. I mean, he like runs to that chair. Titties! Can't see anything else. He can't see if he leaves a drop of coffee behind. But he can sure fucking see a titty on a television.
You guys can't have this. Sorry.
Yes, guys, tips are appreciated. I don't expect any because I'm really not doing anything y'all want me to do. You know, just talking, I can't really do much else, so. But when I get back to streaming, they do go towards the channel itself. I can prove that because earlier today I just paid all my bills. Did you remember Hawks was castrated when he got married? No, I mean I agree. To me that semi happens to a lot of men, um, but not here. No.
Can't have this. Sorry.
Good to see a man with a passion. He has a passion for titties. But in everything I've seen for most of my life, almost every man will go crazy. I think women could stop a war. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say that, like, we'll use Russia and Ukraine. Why not? They're already fighting. If you took, say, 25 naked women, or not naked, but you just, what the hell's that? What the fuck is that? I didn't see that. The fuck? I couldn't see that at all. Uh,
You guys can't have this.
chesticles. Chesticles? Deeds, thank you for the $5 tip. You are not chesticles. Or are you the one that did it? I think you're the one that said. Now, see, now I got to read up. Aha! Yes, chesticles. Let's see. I had to pay to get mine back. I'm broke, but you got your balls. I, ooh. I like titties, but you prefer a nice ass. I've never understood the man's fascination with a woman's ass that shits, farts, and smells just as bad as any other ass. I don't find pleasantries in the ass, you know? That's just as bad. I think the whole butt fetish is because it has a hole and you can stick something in it.
Ew.
but I don't think it means you should. But I think women could literally pause a war. And what I mean is, if you had a battlefield and they're charging each other, and suddenly, like 25 women came out with no shirt or bra on, they would all stop. And you know why they'd stop? Because every one of them be staring at them titties. That's why. It would just come to a stop. Like women can create peace. Titties can create peace. Titties can prevent world wars. I like my women with no. I think everybody does, for the most part. No, nice. Uh, oh, well, I guess. Stop, hell, I'm charging in there. That's a $5 fine for you, Mr. Crims. Just for charging in there. I'm not sure that's a crime, but I'm sure you have one hidden in there somewhere. So I'm going to have to charge a fine, just because I don't want to miss the crime. But knowing you, there's a crime in there. I'm eating sloppy joes, y'all. Because I'm not playing the game, so I guess my hands are free to, shove food in my mouth. Dick Sloppy Joe. If any of you guys in this chat, your real name is Joe, if the apocalypse breaks out, hide, because somebody's going to hear this somewhere, and then they're going to go, you could be a Sloppy Joe. What? Oh, yeah, don't be getting the circle of death there, Deej. Maybe that's your internet, because I didn't get it on my phone. I didn't. And thank you. Anyway, Deej, thank you for the tip. I'm going to put that towards the new monitor I need. I'm about halfway there, so we're getting closer. But that is a question for you guys. Would you guys kill a guy named Joe, grind him up, put some tomato sauce on him in the apocalypse, and then serve it to your friends and telling them it's Sloppy Joe? Yes or no? Would any of you in this audience be cooking up Joe, Mr. Jax, hello, and telling everybody they're having a Sloppy Joe? Huh? Would you? We want to know. We have inquiring minds. So listen to the scenario again and tell me if you would do this. It's the apocalypse. There's no food. There's a guy named Joe in your group, and he's got a limp. Would you chop him up, grind him up, put tomato sauce on him, and then serve him as a Sloppy Joe? I mean, I would, just for the LOLs. Joe, run. If you run into Okie Shuffle, run. He's going to turn you. He's going to, he's going to turn you into a sloppy, well, literally Sloppy Joe. He's not even going to eat it. He's just going to do it for the fun of doing it. He was about to leave. I thought YouTube was broken. I don't think it's broken, is it? If it is, somebody tell me. Very cool. I will have to go down the path soon. What are you talking about, go down the path? That's sexist, Hawks. Why can't it be a woman named Joe? Well, it could be a woman named Joe. Anybody named Joe. That's another $5 fine for you, Deej. A lot of women ain't named Joe, though. We'll take that. Hmm. But this is sexist, right? If it's the apocalypse and then you have to eat a person, but that's the only way you can live. If you're. No, that was for a previous fine you already got. You just got a new one for accusing me of being sexist. Because you can't just say sloppy Joseph. That don't work. You have to say sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joseph just doesn't seem to fit the whole scenario here. So it has to be sloppy Joe, yeah. But now here's another question. Let's say it's the apocalypse and you have to eat people. As a guy, would you rather eat a woman? And as a woman, would you rather eat a guy? Like, would you feel more comfortable if you were at least cooking up the opposite sex? Or would it be, I don't really give a damn? And everybody gets to answer that question except for somebody named Deej. Don't answer that, Deej. That question was for everybody except you. You don't get to answer. Come on, somebody. If it was the apocalypse and you had to eat a person, males, because they tend to have more muscle overall, some more usable meat. Okay, so if you're a guy, you run from Tansy. I wouldn't eat the opposite sex because it needed them to cook the meal. Here's another thought, Hawks. If you was to eat a person, would you want Chinese, Indian food? What the fuck, Deej? Like you're going to be able to find all of those, all the ingredients to turn that human being into a freaking Chinese dish. Can a man eat a fish, the ET of a king? What the fuck are you talking about, Mr. Krabs? And I'm assuming he can, right? I always see on TV where women go, well, men run the world. I'm assuming if we run the world, I guess we could probably do that. I don't think in every case the woman or the man runs the world. I am still convinced, and I voted for Bill Clinton twice. When he was president, I literally believe his wife was really the president. You know what I mean? She's like more masculine than Bill is. That's just what I think, right? It's Shakespeare, you uncultured swine. Don't you be? That's another $5. That's a $5 fine for you, Krabs. Don't call me what I eat. I love pork chops and bacon and ham too. Yep. Nobody's answering these hard questions. I know they're hard. Now Tansy made sense. Men are, in fact, they got more muscle than a woman. So that's like science right there, right? So she's thinking scientific. Well, if I had to eat a human, we're going to look at the man because he's got more muscle. Muscle's the meat. So that makes sense. But how many men would be like, I think I'm going to have to eat the female? Because my question is, you know how they say if you kill an old deer, the meat's rough. If you kill like a female deer, it's a little more tender. Would that be the same with human meat? Like if you killed the guy, it's like shoe leather, and then you kill the woman, and it's like tender. I mean, we don't know, right? And I'm not going to go kill people for scientific evidence. That's a giving. And if it was the apocalypse, why would you dare write it down? There's not hardly anybody left. Doesn't seem like there'd be any point. You called me a swine, and you said that's what I eat. But if it was the apocalypse, would you? Right? Where's Monique? Where'd she go? Other than Walmart. See? She got lost in Walmart. Everybody say a prayer for Monique. She's probably been kidnapped by these Walmart people. Some aliens gave you a book. It was called To Serve Man. Was not. I watched Independence Day last night, and I forgot the funniest part in the movie was where the one guy is like,
Oh,
he was,
you need another napkin.
no, they did experiments on him. You can put that back in the pan. Yeah.
They give you enough?
Yep. And anyway, they're like, they're all talking, and they said, it was in a diner, I guess, and the guy walks in and he's like, well, look who we have here. He was kidnapped by aliens, as he tells it. If you give him a few drinks, he'll tell you all about it. And then they're talking about him being experimented on. And the one guy goes, tell us, did they sexually abuse you? I forgot that part of that movie was like fucking funny as hell. It's just hilarious, right? In the words of your generation, up. Yep, that was near the end when he flew it up the UFO where the weapon was. Which I guess if it was animal, it'd be right up his ass. So I guess that line kind of made some sense, you know. Perhaps, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. I know this went off the rails, but look. I'm not used to being a talk show. Okay, I want to play my games. I miss them. I can't. It's still got about halfway to go before that monitor. And then, yeah, I'm getting there. I'm working on it. It's taking a little longer than I wanted to, but I'll get there. But I don't want my community thinking Sheriff Hawks died. I didn't. I'm still here. I just can't do anything, you know. Let's see. What do we got have here? See, Hawks doesn't even need to be playing to bring up being probed. That's because you were probed and we know it. You're home? And we were just saying prayers for you. We thought maybe you got kidnapped by some Walmart people. Or you lost your mind while in Walmart. Either one is feasible. You could. We just can't watch. I could what? I can't do. No, it's just when I go to turn on a game, it just, yeah, it kind of turns itself off. At your age, Hawks, it's not hard to believe you died, but I didn't die.
Oh, fucking die.
I'm still here. That's why I'm live on stream, trying not to die. I don't want my channel to die, and of course, I don't want to die either, right? Ooh, what is the worst way to go? If you guys died, what is the worst way to go? You know what? Fuck that. What's the best way to go? Yeah. I think that's the tougher of the two questions. Yeah, you was in the big Walmart and geez, you can't find what I needed because it's so big. But did you get trapped by the people, Monique? Did they experiment on you? There could be aliens in that big store. You could have been abducted while you were there and you don't even know it. Death by snoo snoo. Best way in your sleep unexpectedly. You know how I think a guy would want to die? I would like to die with a fishing pole in one hand, a beer in one hand, and a woman giving me head. What a way to go. Right? But I'd want it to be quick. Very quick. This way, my ghost would think I was still holding a beer and fishing, and there you go. Of course, the other. Yeah, there was a weird looking woman that might have been an alien. I knew it. That's fucking Walmart. We knew it, Monique. There you have it. There's the evidence. We remember Hawks. He was salty, savvy, and wise. He will be missed. I'm not dead yet, you Pokemon. If I was dying, maybe a large shot of morphine. I don't think you would even know you were dead then, would you, if you had a large shot? I think maybe that's why they use it, because you don't really feel anything, so you don't really know if you're dying or not, right? To me, the worst way to go would be on a highway and then seeing a big rig coming at you like 90 miles an hour, and you know the end result. Like, even though it'd only be a few seconds, oh my God, man. But if you died like that, and it's like the TV show Ghost, your ghost would be walking around with it hanging out. Ah, bullshit. No, no, no. But Hawks, you are pretty close to death's doorstep at your age. Well, some people live to be 70 and 80. I get it. I'm hugging it. Then why do you think I'm paying attention to getting to somebody of making sure they have a home and proper life insurance? Knock, knock on heaven's door. Life Monty Python. I don't want to go on the cart. Yeah, I don't believe you. You got that right. I remember that movie too. That was kind of funny. I'm not dead. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Fucking died laughing. I kept insisting the guy was dead and he was perfectly alive. I'm like, oh no fucking way. Exactly that. What they did to my great uncle who had cancer. His pain was gone in like 3 minutes. Fell asleep. Yeah. And my guess is because I don't, I've never had morphine, so I'm assuming you don't really know a fucking thing if you're on that stuff. You know, am I aware that, the average, I mean, as far as I know, I could die tomorrow, but I'm going to kind of dwell on the fact that I'm still here. I do want to take care of issues why I'm here. Well, before I die. It slows your breathing and heart rate. Well, it has to do something to your mind too. I had it when I was in pain from gallstones. I don't think I've ever had it. Most of the time, I refuse pain medication because I don't like the side effects at all. I guess if you knew you were dying, morphine would make sense because you're not coming out of it anyway. You know, the circle back to the beginning. If I'm dead, can you just drop me on Iran? Well, I guess we could, but it's going to be a long fall, and you may not look the same there, Deej. Yes, it is, Okie, and I'm going to find that stupid stream of me high on morphine after eye surgery. Been on a morphine pump twice, still hurt, but I'm stubborn and didn't lean hard on it. Yeah, I can relate to stubborn. A lot of us older generation are definitely stubborn. But guys, 59 does not mean you're going to die tomorrow. To me, what it means is get your shit in order, because the truth is you could die tomorrow. You could die a year later. You might die 2 years. Maybe you get lucky and you live an additional 10 or 20. Who knows? But get your shit in order. Morphine is so peaceful. You get the most peaceful sleep ever. I don't know much about. I don't think I would even entertain the thought of it unless I knew it was a case where whether I had it or not, I'm probably not going to survive it. Yep, I do. You're amazed I made it. That's another $10 fine for you, Okie. Why would you be amazed I made it this far? Granted, I did play hard. God knows I wasn't big on following health tips. That's a given. It's amazing. Well, it's because I'm not playing a game. My computer's fine. It's when I play a game. My shit's in order, and Hawks is young yet. Not for a guy, Tansy. Guys don't live as long as women. Um, that's the advantage of having a menstrual cycle. A lot of women don't understand, like they complain about it, but that is one thing that literally is one of the reasons you live longer. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not big on drugs. I'm not big on drinking. None of that stuff. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about some of the stuff we have said. Oh, okay. I wasn't talking about a game. And to me, look, if you die in a fucking game, you just hit respawn. I wish life was that way, right? Like you die and you're like, yep, I'm gonna respawn and I want to be this old. I think that'd be cool. That'd be badassery right there. You play tabletop on Dungeons and Dragons every Saturday now. Oh, you play it now? Yeah, I tried that when I was younger. It was all right. You just regenerate. Well, only in your imagination there, Deeds. That's for sure. You're the DM. Oh, you're the dungeon master. Yeah, and there was two games. One was a military game that was kind of like D&D, and then you had your average of 81, while men live 75.8 years. Yeah, but with all the things I've done, I'm going to be good to see 63. There are many times I look back and I wonder how I'm still here now. But I was not a nice guy, and I played hard in my younger years. It's hard when you get older. You look back on your life and you see the things you're glad you did, and then some of it you look back on, you're like, man, I was such a dick. And that actually really happens. Like that shit's real. Dungeons and Dragons until your late 20s. I'm fully aware of that. So because that to me that is young. 20s and 30s is young to me, and I know that's about when it came out because my brother started playing it, and that's where that was the first and only. I only played it once. Another friend was doing a military version of it. That one I played 3 times because the mission he had us on, obviously he couldn't get it done in one, and I was hoping the fuck he would. Wasn't bad. It takes a lot of imagination, right? Um, yeah. BS. I'm still here. We are. uh, Folks think I'm nice. I don't want to fuck that up. I think a lot of us were who we were. Um, but man, in our generation, we are Generation X, right? Keep on that Borderlands. Angie, it's not my fault. Most of us live a long time. My grandma, wow, over 110. That's impressive. So that's about Hawk's 20s or 30s. Is not 1973, Okie. No, I was born in 66. Uh, Man, 73. Ooh, I'd have been going on 7 then. And I can't remember a lot of when I was 7, so I know times were different than they are now, you know. Poor old bastards. That's another $5 fine, Mr. Krabs. And Moni, I gave you a $5 fine too for making me realize you were in Walmart. I was beginning to break out in hives. I'm going to have to fine you. I'm sorry, but that's a violation of the sheriff's laws. It's forcing me to actually have to be present while you're in Walmart. Shoot, you was born in 71 and you remember when Elvis died in 77. Well, that's because Elvis was all over the news and every woman in the world wanted to fuck him. So they all went batshit nuts. I bet young guys were jumping up and down going, "Yeah, I can get laid now." You know, Elvis died. He was like every woman just wanted, even when he died, they couldn't let him die. Elvis is not dead. He's in hiding. And then you had a bunch of nutball women. I had Elvis's baby. What? But he was a star. I mean, maybe they did. I'm sure, like a rich, famous people, like when they do a concert, I'm pretty sure they have like backstage passes. And yeah. Well, I'll file that fine in a special place. The fire. No, you will not. That's another $5 fine, Monique. Yeah. Just like we did in Ken's channel, we'll call it my retirement fund. My YouTube retirement fund. Yeah, there we go. Shit. Uh, when I go, I want to be sitting on a toilet too. Yeah, they do say you shit yourself. But Okie, or Elvis, or Okie says, but Elvis never died. He's an alien and just went home. Well, if you listen to some of the weird stories that go around, you went on vacation in 1978, Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, Old Faithful, all that. Yeah, but you're a guy. You wouldn't care that Elvis died, would you? How many guys were depressed when Elvis died? Don't lie, because you know most of you were like, I can get laid again. Because when Elvis was around, he was a cock block. He was a pussy block. He just if you were around Elvis, you weren't getting any action. Elvis was getting it all. Elvis was so popular he could have had 20 women at once and died fucking. Unfortunately, he chose to go well, however the hell he went. Because honestly, I really don't know how he went. He just went, right? Wait, since you're my boss, where's my unemployment since you haven't paid me in 2 weeks? Can't pay you because I'm temporarily unemployed. Do you see me up here killing zombies like I want to do? The other day I was just watching what's coming in 3-0 and I'm sitting there thinking like, I hope the fuck I'm back up by the time that comes out. There's some interesting shit coming out in 3-0. Man, I was 6. Do you really think I was saying that? Okay, busted. I don't know, Deeds. You had to be one of the most, yeah, usual people. Better. Who was actually sad when Michael Jackson died? I don't know. I never really listened to Michael Jackson, so obviously I wasn't. What's everyone listening to as BG music right now? BG music? The fuck you talking about BG music? You're listening to old Guns N' Roses. I still listen to what they now call classic rock. Some of this new rock just ain't got the same, it doesn't seem like what I grew up with at all. In fact, some of them idiots are yelling so loud you can't understand what the fuck they're talking about. Like whatever he's singing about, it pissed him off, that's for sure. He's yelling all over the place. You was sad when Hulk Hogan died? I mean, I was sad for his family. I didn't like him as a wrestler. I ain't gonna lie and say I did. I clearly did not, but I don't wish death on anybody. I actually said a prayer for him too. He was doing a radio show when Prince died, and I informed everyone, the artist formerly known as, yeah, um, I think a lot of people did mourn whenever Prince passed away. You know, I think they did. I think a lot of them liked Prince. Uh, yeah, because I don't know how old you are, Okie, but you can't be too far from me. And maybe, I mean, possibly, I don't know. You was sad when, yeah, Robin Williams was funny. I did like him, you know. Ah, Okie is as old as dirt. Yep. He was fighting. I never even knew that till he passed away that he was having depression problems. You know, for a guy that was having depression, I'm not saying he wasn't, but he was funny. He had really good humor. You know. Do haste. You needed an E at the end, Mr. Krabs. Congratulations. That's a $5 fine for forcing me to be a fucking English teacher. I don't have any patience to teach kids. I'd be shaving their head bald or something. You're turning 40 in a couple of months? God, I'd take your age. Trade me places there, Okie. I'll go back to 40 and you can have 59. I'll take it. I saw the movie Hook in millions of times when you was a kid. I think a lot of people did. Yeah, that was next in the list. It's playing now. Do Heat. He had dementia. I didn't know that, but I knew they said he was suffering from depression. I just wish that he, could have got help and his ending wasn't the way it was. I really enjoyed the TV shows and the movies that he did. Robin Williams stand up. Yes, it was. So Not Yours stopping by to hit. Thank you, So Not Yours. I appreciate that. How have you been before you run off? We're just talking about weird shit, and I'm fixing to call it anyway. It's been on about an hour and 38 minutes, and I'm kind of running out of shit to talk about.
Oh, shit.
But I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're doing well too. So Not, you guys should check out So Not Yours. It's another excellent streamer. Don't lie, Hawks. You are watching Pot Pie. Oh, I am not. I don't even like that. That's one movie I didn't care for. That's one fucking cartoon I never cared for. He died because of the type of dementia that makes people aggressive, and he didn't want to be mean. Yeah, well, he ended his own. Um, Robin Williams. I know you can't say certain words on there, right? Uh, but anyway, guys, if you could hit that like button, share the video out. DJ, thank you for the $5 tip. I'm gonna obviously throw that towards the monitor and my YouTube retirement. Apparently, that was a joke last night in uh, Redneck Connection stream. We put up his PayPal link to see if anybody wanted to contribute to his retirement fund. It was really funny. It was cool. I enjoyed it. He just forgot to share it in my general chat, so I get a lot of people didn't see it. But it was a funny conversation. He ended up being the Secretary of State, not the Secretary, but the Secretary. So it was an interesting stream. But I'll be back to playing a game, guys, as soon as I can. Trust me, I miss it. Um, so I'm hoping I get back sooner than later. So I kind of keep one set of fingers crossed and my mind on hoping that, wishing that comes in. Um, but anyway, man, thank you guys for coming in and chit chatting with me. I hope everybody had a few laughs from some of the crazy shit that comes out of our mouth. Again, DJ, thank you so much. Like I said, we will put that towards what we need. And I think you mean it can make people very aggressive. Yeah, I get that. He was not Monica Lewinsky. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming in. Hit the like button, share the video out. Uh, I'll try to come back on the next few days and, man, do this again and keep pushing my way to where I can get back to playing games. So, again, thank you guys for your time. Apparently, I can play the outro, so that's what we're going to do. Hopefully it doesn't shut off, right? I will try to pop in there, Okie. I haven't been watching very much of anybody, and mostly because they're playing what I want to play. It's aggravating when you can't, you know. If you've ever been a gamer, it gets really pissy. Or I try not to, but it gets really aggravating when you look at it and you want to play it and you can't. Right? And in my case, I look at my computer and I'm like, not yet. And then I look at my PlayStation 4 because it just doesn't play games anymore, and I realize, man, the only thing I can play is on my phone, and I don't like none of those. So, yeah, it's like one of those. Anyway, thank you guys. So, I should stream Fallout 4, LOL. Very funny, Deej. Laugh now, but I will be back sooner or later. You know, I'm halfway to getting that monitor, just so you know. And you just contributed $5 towards it. So guess what? Now I'm $5 closer. So, yeah. Uh-huh. Laugh now, Deej. I will be back. Well, unless I croak first. Can't even play with it. Well, man, I never did that anyway. I always thought that's what a woman was for. No offense to any of you, but yeah, that's always been my attitude. But I'm out of here. Here is the outro. See you guys on the flip side. Don't know what day that'll be, but I'll be back on. Take care, guys. Have fun.